viewers, thank you and welcome to Optimistic Travels and Consultancy Services. Today we are going to discuss an important issue with regards to immigration to Canada. You know, immigration to Canada is one of the countries around the world whereby all people are desiring to settle there. People from all over the world, from even people from United States, people from Africa, people from India, people from Australia, a whole lot of people are willing to settle and live their life in Canada. But we are going to discuss some of the ways, the easiest ways and the fastest ways an aspirant or a candidate who is willing to move to Canada can follow and get things done early as possible. So please, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so that when I make a new video, you can get it. So what are some of the ways or the easiest ways that we can apply and migrate to Canada? First and foremost, the first one we will discuss is through the Express Entry Program. Through the Express Entry Program, I'll take my time and make another video and discuss more about each of the. I'll take the steps or each of the program one by one and dive deeper into it. So don't worry. Even if you not get all that you needed to hear in this particular video, I'll make another one to supplement this one. So the first one is the Express Entry Program. Under the Express Entry Program, we have three ways a candidate can apply to be immigrants or can apply to be a citizen in Canada. That's the first one is the Federal Skilled Worker Program. Federal Skilled Worker Program, that's under the Express Entry. The second one is Federal Skilled Trade Program. Federal Skilled Trade Program. And the third one is Canadian Experience Class. Canadian Experience Class. When you talk of the experience, you are a person who has stayed in Canada before and has experience, or a person who has experience relating to the job in Canada and the job is in demand. That person can apply once the Federal Canadian Experience Class. And the Federal Skill Trade, people who have certain trades which is indeed or in they need in Canada can apply. And Federal Skill Worker or the Federal Skills Worker Program for the skills, people with skills, certain skills which is needed. So without this one you can go. We are moving on to Family Sponsorship Program. Family Sponsorship Program. Any family member who is in Canada and is above 18 years, who is a Canadian resident or a Canadian citizen, can sponsor a family member to apply to be a Canadian resident. You can sponsor that person to apply as a Canadian citizen. So that person must financially strong and must be 18 years under the Family Sponsorship Program, and they have the means. That person pay taxes and fulfill all those requirements. Yes, we have what is called Provincial Nominee Program. Most of the provinces, that's the PNP, most provinces around the Canada have various programs that they nominate various candidates. Some provinces can nominate you if you apply through them. Let me say we have provinces like the Ontario. If you know certain, most of the provinces do nominations. They have various programs. So if you are a candidate and you are willing to live in Ontario, you can check out on their website or the Government of Canada website and apply through the Ontario program. And if you are lucky and they nominate you, you can apply to be a Canadian permanent or citizen. Okay, so another one is Quebec immigration program. Quebec immigration program is similar to the PMP or the provincial. The province of Quebec also have immigration program similar to the Atlantic immigration program. The second one is Atlantic immigration program. And you can also apply as a startup. If you're a business owner, you can apply for startup visa. If you're a business owner and you have the means, you can prove to the consulates or the consulates that you are financially strong, you are a business winner, you are IT specialist, and not to mention a huge names here. The company has strong names, companies like Microsoft, Alibaba, and those. And even if not, I don't know your company, I should have mentioned your company, so pardon me. You can also apply. You can also apply, and they will give you the opportunity as a startup. You can establish your business there, because it will be the easiest way, because you employ people, you reduce the burden of the government, you pay taxes, and it will make them easy. So another one is you can apply as a student. You can apply there as a student. You can apply for university or college. You can apply to go and do your top up, your master's degree or PhD. You must have a good academic performance from your previous schools. You must be a first class or second class upper, at least second class upper, with good standing, good courses. The course that you did must be a course that Canadian University is offered. Not all courses are, you can get this in Canada. Canada they specialize in certain courses. So you have to check if you want to do medicine. Is the universities in maybe Ontario, Quebec, Atlantic, or Toronto, are they offering medicine? If you want to do a business, administration, or PhD in accounting and finance, is this university, are they offering these courses? If you don't make your checks and background checks well, the embassies or the consulates can deny you visa, and you will not understand, because the courses that you are applying to study, they are not offering that courses in the such university. So these are the basics you have to know. And what are the requirements, the documents one must have before he or she will start the process? My first and foremost advice for you, before you think of applying for any of the programs, make sure you get some of your documents ready. Make sure you get some of the documents down, because it will fast track, or to make your process easier for you. Because when the process starts and you get stuck, and you are not the only one, you are competing with a whole lot of people across the globe, thousands and many of the people. So, and it's a system. Those who are moving, it keeps on updating them, and it will be dropping yours back. First come, first serve. It's a system. Those who come first, if you give your document, the system will pay this person. It's based on your performance. CRS. They have a system which is CRS. It calculates your performance, your marriage, your work experience, everything in order. So if the first come, first serve, those who is having the highest points, the highest scores, will be they will arrange all of them and draw what is called a cutoff point. You don't meet, if your documents are not ready, you are not married, you don't have work experience, they will consider you as you don't meet the standard of the people you are competing with. They use those people who have applied to draw the cutoff point. So they draw this guy has PhD, he's married, his age is this. They have given certain limitations, certain marks for all these things. So and they draw the cutoff point for those applying within that particular time. And if you are not lucky in your documents, there's inconsistencies in your document, they will drop you off. They will drop you off. So get some of your documents ready, at least your academic ones, your marriage certificates, and all those if you are married, applicable to couples. And if you are married, also I advise you, though even if you are not moving with your wife or husband, just indicate that you are married for the sake of future opportunities. Or even when your wife want to join, you can apply as a married couple, and one can go later on, one can join. If you apply and says you are not married because you want things to be easier for you, go fast, assuming 6 months, 1 year later, you want your wife to join you, it will be very difficult for you to convince the consulate to consider your application, because you just went there and you said you are not married. How come you have not been given your visa to come back to your country to marry? So this is a story you want to tell them, that you just went there, you said you are not married, you go there 6 to 1 year time, you have not returned to your country, you are proving that you are married, or shows you are married. So if you are married, just indicate you are married, and you just go there. The husband or the wife can go there, and later one also can join. So my little advice is this. Okay. So what are the necessary documents we should prepare? As I'm saying, these are some of the necessary documents I should prepare. You have to also provide. You have to also provide passport. Passport is the basic document you have to prepare if you want to move. The basic document for that requires from every individual if you want to move from one country to another, except on emergency cases or for diplomatic officials. They can move without passport, or they have some amenities, or they have been given some privileges of which you and I, we are not entitled to such privileges. So you have to get your passport, by international passport, and it must be biometric one. And you have to also get what is called your medical exams. Your medical exam from a renowned and recognized hospital, and it must be signed by a recognized doctor or medical staff. What's the essence of this medical examination? To prove to the government of Canada that you are physically and mentally sound. Though they need workers, but they don't need people who are not fit. People are not willing to work. They need people who can work and contribute to the growth of Canada, who can work and pay taxes. They need people who are not coming there as to be a burden. Let me put it this way, to the government of Canada. They need people, energetic ones. They need strong people to build their economy for them. So you have to prove that you are not suffering from any of the communicable diseases, be it, let me say, the popular disease nowadays is the coronavirus, Ebola, and all those. You are not having any. You also have to have your police clearance report or police report to prove to them that you are not a thief or something like that. You are not an ex-convict. You don't have an ongoing criminal case at your country of residence or in your country of origin. You don't have any criminal record. Though, as I said earlier, they want people, but they don't want people who will be a burden to the society. They want people who are coming there to help develop, move their country than before. So let's get this one also. You have to get what is also known as the proof of fund. The proof of fund is the bank statement. The proof of fund should be bank statement. You have to get your bank statement from a recognized bank. And it must be at least it must be at least six months, but from 6 months, consistent savings from 6 months, and you must meet some highest amount of money. You can check out in my next video. I'll mention the requirement, the money that each programs require you to get. And before I forget, your passport to its validity must be at least, let me say, 3 years. Now, some countries have passport validity for about 10 years, and I say to you that at least, and some countries still have about 5 years validity of passport. My country, I'm from Ghana, Africa. Our passport is valid for 10 years. I don't know that of your country. So if you apply for any position or for any of the programs, the validity of your passport must be at least 3 years. Why am I saying this? Assuming if you are applying to be a student in Canada and you are going for a master's degree or bachelor degree, each program is 3 years and your passport is 2 years. Definitely, the consular or the embassy will deny you visa because the program you are going is 3 years and your passport is valid for only 2 years. It means, it indicates to them that you are using a school as a means to secure residency in Canada. So let's take that note. Make sure your passport have longer validity before you apply. Let's go to the marriage certificate. You have to get your marriage certificate also to prove to them that you are a marriage couple. You have to get your certificate signed by a registrar at the courts, at the law courts. You have to get this one, or you have to get your documents being notarized. The correct word is notarized by a registrar at a high court or judicial court of jurisdiction. You can get your documents from there. The other document is English test. The other document is language test. Canada is a bilingual country. When I say of bilingual country, it means that Canada they speak 2 languages. Though they may be speaking other languages, but the 2 most popular languages in Canada is English and French. Some provinces do speak English, and some provinces also do speak French. So you must prove your proficiency in either French or English. So under the English, we have what is called the IELTS exams. IELTS. I stand for international, E stand for English, L stand for language, T stand for testing, S stand for system. IELTS exams. You have to get at least band 8. If you are seriously want to migrate to Canada. From my own experience, you have to get at least band 8 score to foster your every. So you have to get, the earlier the better. Start, go to YouTube, download most of there are a whole lot of questions there. Download, make practicals, listen to the audios, write the essays, mark yourself, give practice. There's an adage which goes like, practice makes man perfect. Practice, consistency is key. You practice, you solve the questions. If you get it wrong, come back again, solve. You go and make similar of them at the end of the exam. We have what is the French. We have what is called TCF and TFT. In my next video, it's a French word. I'll explain more about that word. That's TCF and TEF. TCF and TEF. TCF and the last the last and the final one, we'll go about education credential assessment. What is the meaning of this one? Assuming somebody wants to migrate to Canada as a bachelor degree holder, the government of Canada, it's the responsibility of him to assess you. Is your your degree you are talking about, does it meet the standard of Canadian university or college? So we have institutions like the World Education Service and International Qualification Assessment Services. World Education Service, International Qualification assessment services, and international credential evaluation. These three institutions, you have to apply through one of them to evaluate your academic credentials. Does it meet the standard of Canadian university or college? When you bring it to Canada, it is same as a person. Can they consider you as your degree is equivalent to either 2 years or 3 years Canadian equivalency? So you have to, from my own experience, mine was assessed by the World Education Service. So I applied through the World Education Service, and they sent me a form through my email to print and fill my parts and send to my university, for the university also fill their part, and it's the university mandate to send back to them without me getting it. The registrar must sign, and the envelope, everything, how they must seal it, they show me copy. If the university do not go according to that standard, it will be considered null and void. They will not accept it. So my university, it wasn't new to them, so I was having direct contact with my registrar. So I sent them a message, and you have to pay the World Education Service as well. They will charge you for some time, some amount of or any of the institutions through which you apply for the assessment. They will charge you for something. So I sent them, and they asked me to download the application. I created my email as my ID. They gave me some ID, and I created a password. And my university too, I sent the documents. From my own experience in my university too, they asked me, because I'm no more a student there, and they cannot have taken my transcript and everything already from them. So they asked me to pay for the service fee that they will send my document from Canada, from Ghana to Canada. So I sent them a token for them. Within 2 weeks, my documents reached Canada, and they updated it on the application. That's the WUS, the World Education Service, the application of which I already signed in. They updated everything, and later the process was ongoing. They told me they are still evaluating my documents. I'll get to know them, and later on they updated me about it, and finally evaluated, and it was finished, and they accepted my degree as equivalency to 4-year Canadian degree. So that's what I will tell you. So nothing is impossible. It all takes preparation and much efforts. Get your documents, get everything done and prepared. You can get to your destination. So if this you find this particular presentation or video valuable, kindly subscribe to my channel, like it, and share your comment. Maybe I've omitted something, you want to add something. We are all learning, and the floor is open. You can add it to you. Okay, my next video. See you. Thank you.